put a question that the National Court Amendment Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye.
The roles of UCDA and MAIF are totally different.
Honorable Anita Among left with the tail of the lion in her hands. The people of Buganda are very furious on her right now after her saying that the people of Buganda should not get votes because they are not supporting the Coffee Amendment Bill. This has become serious. We see Honorable Joel Senyonyi, Honorable Tamagozi, and Dr. Hilderman, who are furiously talking about this, including other members of Parliament. What is your thought about this? As I bring the latest updates, this is a very long video today, but please watch till the end so that you can know what exactly happened and why it happened. Subscribe to Scouts Media UG to continue getting the latest updates on what is happening in Uganda.
The roles of UCDA and MAIF are totally different and cannot be bungled together, and so on and so forth. I wondered what happened now with the conclusion, because I thought after laying that stage, it would be clear that MAIF should keep doing what it is doing. UCDA should be empowered to continue doing what it has been doing. Honorable Speaker, of course, like any other entity, UCDA has some imperfections, without a doubt. But the challenges at the ministry are enormous. And that's why, as colleagues have been clearly airing it out, some of what the ministry is handling has seemed to be too much on its plate. And yet we are saying UCDA has been thriving. Why don't we empower it to thrive a lot more? Why don't we empower it to go to those areas which have now begun growing coffee? Because I listened to colleagues from West Nile and elsewhere, and they're saying we've also begun to grow coffee. But UCDA had not reached there. And clearly it is because, Right Honourable Speaker, government had decided, let us zone the country. These ones coffee, these ones dairy, and that kind of thing. And we must be able to move away from that. Yeah? Yeah, because if a crop can grow in a particular area, why not? Why not let it? So can we empower UCDA to go to those other areas? Because if it is showing that it is able to thrive in the areas where it is thriving now, why do you imagine it will have limitations when you empower it to go elsewhere? Honorable Speaker, the stakeholders of the coffee economy, including of course MPs from the coffee growing areas, have spoken on behalf of the 12.5 million people that are involved in the coffee economy. Can we listen to these stakeholders? Yesterday we did listen to colleagues who were making a case saying they are from the dairy areas, the cattle growing areas, the cotton growing areas, and they told us, because we began to defend them, and they said, no, you people keep quiet. We are the ones who grow cotton. We are the ones who are producing milk. So we understand our issues better. And we want those entities to go back to the ministries. We actually gave up the fight. We said, now, how do you fight for someone who is saying, for us who want our entities to be rationalized? We let them be. Today, Right Honourable Speaker, you're hearing voices of people who represent stakeholders that are growing coffee. We need to listen to them. Honourable Speaker, I even think, personally, if need be, maybe some people who might say, well, we are not too sure, you could grant them maybe 2 weeks or that kind of thing to go and establish from their constituents, to be certain, because a number of us who are speaking, we have consulted the stakeholders that we represent. So we're not just speaking our mind. We're speaking the mind of the stakeholders that we represent. Honourable Speaker, very critically, the mandate of the 11th Parliament, this one, ends in 2026. I wonder why then we would say, let's give 3 years or even 5 years to bind the 12th Parliament. Why? Why do we want to bind the Parliament that will come after us? A number of us, I believe, will be back here, but we shall be back in the 12th Parliament. This is the 11th Parliament. If government is convinced that it requires 3 years or even 5 years to get the ministry set, to put in place all the infrastructure that is required, Why don't you wait for the 3 years to elapse? Put your house in order. Come to the 12th Parliament and make your case. Because now we are operating in anticipation to say, well, we hope in 3 years we shall be ready. But you see, as some colleagues have mentioned rightly, to get the certification and all the infrastructure that is required in place, you need several years to do that. So government, let the 3 years, 5 years or whatever time you require to get ready, to put your house in order. Come to the 12th Parliament and make your case. Don't ask the 11th Parliament to bind the Parliament that will come after us.
Right Honourable Speaker, with the unemployment challenges Uganda faces, the report clearly brought it out that UCDA has managed to employ 12.5 million people. So we can't stand a chance of taking all these people back to nowhere when we rationalize UCDA. Lastly, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg that with the report from the major report, we need to double the budget for UCDA. This is the opportunity we have for the good contributions it has done for.
Right Honourable Speaker, when you had just become a Speaker of this august House, you say to the public that this is a people-centered Parliament.
Don't put me into
I withdraw, Right Honourable
your
Speaker.
submission.
I withdraw, Right Honourable Speaker.
No. Go straight to the bill.
Yes,
the coffee.
Right Honourable Speaker, being a coffee farmer, the people of Nakaseka I represent in this august House are saying no to rationalization. In the following, in the history we have ever had coffee marketing board. It went. We had the cooperatives. They went. There is no way you can cut a hand that feeds you, honorable ministers here. The economy you are talking about today is boosted by UCDA. One of the sectors that boosts this economy is UCDA. Unless there are pressures behind. I had the report which was read by the chair. It was very clear apart from the conclusion. So therefore, being a member of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker, a coffee farmer, and a defender of people down there in the villages of Nakaseka and across the country, including you, the Speaker, because in the beginning you told us you are also a coffee farmer. We are saying no to rationalization.
Put a question that the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.
Coffee Amendment Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Bills Committee stage.